they try to destroy the history of Bangladesh. 71, 90, they try to destroy, erase 1971. Remember?
You're watching The Gist on Strat News Global. I'm Ramananda Sengupta. Our very, very special guest today is Mr. Sitangshu Guha, a Bangladeshi living in the US who's been working for the cause of Hindus in Bangladesh for many years now. Mr. Guha was here in December, heading a team of 17 expat Bangladeshis who had come here with an agenda to urge the Indian government and others to help Hindus in Bangladesh. And part of that involved a plan to sort of declare Chattogram a safe haven for Hindus and a few other areas around that, maybe with the UN, if I got it right. Now, would you like to tell me, sir, what has been the response, A, to your delegation last time, because it's been a while since then, and B, what has changed in Bangladesh since the last time we met?
Thank you, Mr. Sengupta. Thank you for having me. So, last time we visited Delhi, and you know that we did a press conference.
Right.
And not exactly we say that Chittagong or etc. like that, but what we say is that there should be, India should do something to save the country as a whole, Bangladesh, and then the Hindus, because we are the persecuted, most persecuted in Bangladesh by the militant Islamist.
Mm-hmm.
In last, it is almost 6 weeks now. Situation is worse now because it is getting worse every day, because militant Islamists are in control now, and they are controlling more areas every day. So when they control, it is like, you know, the Afghanistan, when you say they control the exactly same thing. So you are not getting, all the information is not coming out because Bangladesh has no press. So what we are getting in this, our sources, we have a very good sources. So we are getting all these sources. If I describe them, then you cannot tolerate those things. What is happening to the Hindus? This is the first Hindus, and overall, the whole country, the people of Bangladesh now don't want this government anymore, this illegal government, because by this time, 6 months, they are fed up with this government. Those people did those so-called revolution. That was not a revolution, that was actually a conspiracy. So they say Soros, deep state, now it is saying, yes, that was a conspiracy. That conspiracy or that change of Sheikh Hasina government didn't bring anything good to the country. So people are suffering, ordinary people are suffering. So they want the change of the regime at this time. And we wish it should happen. It should happen immediately, because it is for the people. And India has a moral obligation, because India created Bangladesh. So Bangladesh cannot be a hotbed of Islamic militants, jihadis. But it is now. ISI, Islamic militants, Taliban, Harkatul Jihad, or Allah Dol, whatever you call, they are in control now. When they are in control, I think India has a moral obligation to do something, and India should do something.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about Mohammad Yunus. Now, initially when he came in, there was a lot of euphoria that here is a man who, changed Bangladesh, brought Bangladesh onto the world map in many ways. But he's a different person now. I mean, what is his problem?
I think Yunus made the blunder taking this chief advisor post. All the reputation he had, it is gone by this time. All those bed of roses about him is finished. Now he is the leader of the jihadi government. He is depending on the Islamist to be in the power. So when you depend on the Islamist to be in the power, you are gone. As simple as that. Those people are in the past used to like him. Now nobody likes him. And actually he will be Suppose Sheikh Hasina came to India, with honor they say send him, military send him to India. I don't know where Yunus will go. Wherever he goes in the world, he will face the Bangladeshis there. Say what you did to our country. Suppose if he goes to America, yes, we cannot beat him, but we can protest against him and tell everybody that this is the man who makes Bangladesh. And you know that Bangladesh was advancing under Sheikh Hasina. Whatever, Sheikh Hasina has a lot of problems. During her tenure also Hindus were persecuted. We understand all these things, but country was going forward. At this time, the Bangladesh, nobody likes Bangladesh anymore. It is treated as a jihadi country. And the present government or Yunus government wants Bangladesh to be a monolithic Islamic country like Afghanistan, Kuwait, Iran, etc. something. That India should stop, and we as a Hindu and Bangladeshi, we want this to be stopped, and we are working. Why I come here twice in 6 weeks? The same thing. Do something. This is your moral duty to do something in my range. My range, I could not reach to Modi or Shah, but definitely we could reach somebody, and through press conference, actually we reach everybody. We should do something. We are pressing on this thing. Now Trump has given the blank check to India, and Russia is always a friend of India. As far as we understand, China will be also keep silent, low profile on this. So India should act. There is no doubt this is a high time to act and remove this government, Yunus government.
I remember your press release that you issued of that fat toss. You had a lot of suggestions. Out of those, what would you think are the main steps that India can or India should take, and maybe if not India, at least some UN body or somebody should take to Bangladesh? Because the UN is now saying that Sheikh Hasina committed atrocities on her people and all kinds of things like that. So for the UN to now turn around and say that this guy is also bad is going to be a bit of a challenge for them. So what are the steps that you would like, maybe two main steps that you would like India to take or the UN to take or some power to take?
Okay, India, my whole point is India should act diplomatically or militarily. It should act. That up to India. I don't know what you will do, but as a Bangladeshi people wants India act at this time. Okay, if it is possible diplomatically, well, do it. If it is not, do it militarily. I'm suggesting this. I say, okay, yes, I know that my people wants India rescue again like 1971. So that is the whole point.
Something that has always bothered me is that, these people who are now running Bangladesh, they've now seem to be trying to kiss and make up with Pakistan. Now, how is it that the same people, even they must have had relatives and other people who were massacred by the Pakistanis in 71? How easy is it for these people to forget that? How is that possible?
That's why you see, in Bangladesh we used to call pro-liberation and anti-liberation. You can call Sheikh Hasina whatever it is, but she was pro-liberation. Now they are anti-liberation. We defeated.
So they would want to what? Become a Pakistani state again?
Yes, that is the want. There is a meeting I had in 1st August 2024 that Pakistan proposed to form a confederation with Bangladesh.
Okay.
So we don't know, but as a pro-liberation people, we don't want this, and we'll try our best, do our best to resist that. Okay. We don't want Bangladesh as East Pakistan or a mini Pakistan or the hotbed of militant Islamists or mini Afghanistan. No way. So that's why I say okay. And India don't want another Pakistan in its eastern zone. That's simple, because what they did, they said they will occupy Calcutta. They will secede Seven Sisters. I'm saying these may be talks, but who did those talks? The advisor, the so-called stupid advisors. I understand. They call these things, they will occupy Calcutta.
I know,
I'm saying,
and the chicken's neck and other places.
chicken necks and
whatever it is.
all these things. So I'm saying
That is laughable because, obviously that would be an act of war, and then Bangladesh will have to deal
no,
with that.
if it is a laughable, if your younger brother makes some stupid comments, your elder brother should give a slap. As simple as that. It's nothing. Sometimes sweet talk doesn't work. That is a sweet talk. It is time now. No sweet talk. How come? How these advisors threat India? I don't understand. India is the sixth world power. So how India tolerate this? Okay, you understand politics is a state, a lot of things. If there is rise of Islamic militancies, jihadi, there is no international law works there, because we saw that America attacked Afghanistan, Iraq, Libya. Why? Because militant Islams were ruling there. Same
Now
thing.
the same Americans are going back and weighing the Islamists running Syria, for instance.
I'm saying America say now this is the high time. Trump win there, Modi is here, Netanyahu is there. See, militant Islamists always talk about America, India, and Israel. So this trio should work together to defeat these evil militant Islamists.
Now, the Indian position so far, from what I understand, seems to be that we will wait and watch to see if there are elections coming up, and then we can deal with whoever comes up, legally, as an elected person. Until then, we'll just, go along with whatever's happening. Think it's too late to continue with that, or do you think that that's also a possible solution?
I don't think that is a solution, because there will be no election in December. Those are again all politically correct statements, but that is not. Then I think election will not happen. And I'm saying, well, election is a solution, but before that, need to change this regime. Then let you do an election, whatever. Whoever come to power, that's fine. If the Islamists has that power to come to power, okay, let them come. But not in a fascist way. Understand? The way they came to power is a fascist way, and they should go in a fascist way. As simple as
Okay, so what you're trying to say is that this government is illegitimate, which it is, which even I agree it is, because, the very fact that the caretaker, Mr. Yunus, was sworn in as caretaker prime minister, I think 3 days or less after Hasina left. Hasina left on the 5th, and the 8th he was sworn in, which means there was a lot of planning that went on before. It can't just have happened that this guy came from the US, became whatever it is. So obviously there was planning involved for that. But do you really think that he also wants to be Prime Minister of Bangladesh or President of Bangladesh? Because he's talking about a new party.
Yes, he's talking about a new party, and those students will form a new party. This is like same thing we are seeing, that we saw that a man come to power, Ziaur Rahman, he formed a party with the help of his military. Ershad come to power, he formed a party.
Jatiyo party.
BNP and Jatiyo Ershad form Jatiyo party. So Yunus come to power, he form another party. I see this is not the way a country should go like this. So that is what I'm saying. How you can form a party? How these students can form a party if government cannot help them? It is billions of millions of dollars. That is where they will get the money. This is not that simple.
We've all been reading about $22 million meant for election democracy in Bangladesh, which has been stopped by Elon Musk.
I saw.
I wonder what kind of money that was being used for, because if this is the condition of what happens after they're spending money, it's. But what has always bothered me is the other thing that bothered me is that the people who now run the place, I'm told that there's a whole bunch of these hot-headed students. That's number one, who obviously have had no experience in governance. They don't have any. B, law and order has become an issue because the police are not operating at full power. I think it's the army now that is doing a policing role. But the Awami League, is also under, not just Hindus, but the Awami League itself. All the league members and everything are obviously under a lot of pressure there. Most of them, whoever has or been able to, has run away. Others have gone underground. If there are elections, will the Awami League actually be a party to that whole thing? Will it be able to compete?
You see,
Just a speculative question, but I'm just interested in knowing.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, you see, those the top leaders of Awami League, okay, they are corrupt to some extent. There is no doubt. People are fed up with them because the corruption was so much. But Awami League is a party which has a base in the ground. That normal people, mainly Hindus, you see, Hindus are all Awami League. You don't need to nobody gets tell them that, okay, you have to do Awami League, don't do Awami League, but they're Awami League. So, it's like a lot of families are there. Those are from generations they do Awami League. So that base wants something, and this base is good still now. But problem is that the top leaders were corrupt, so that's why people dislike them. There is no doubt about that. During that time, people really dislike Awami League. Although people may have a soft corner for Sheikh Hasina, but not the Awami League leaders. So they are suffering now. They should understand it is also their fault. So, but Awami League is a ground. If there is a free and fair election, if Awami League even cannot go to power, but they will have a large share of the MPs.
It's still a grassroots party, I think.
Yes, it is the only grassroots party. BNP doesn't have that much grassroots party.
That the Jamaat takes care of usually.
Yes, the Jamaat has to some extent, but there is something that Bangladeshi people may like Islam, but they don't like Jamaat that much. I don't know the reason, but of course there is some reasons. But this thing, I'm saying, this use of politics, use of religion in the politics, is what is destroying Bangladesh. So
we are almost running out of time, so I'll ask you a last question. You know, they're destroying the legacy of Mujibur Rahman and, burning down his house, burning down Hasina's house, any Awami League, anything that sort of, has any connection with the Awami League, they're trying to raise from the ground. Does that work? I mean, destroying a monument, will it destroy the legacy of Mujibur Rahman? Will that? Because there's a whole generation that obviously doesn't seem to know what Mujibur Rahman did and what.
Yeah, you see, that is what people say, that you can destroy a building, but not the history. So, Muslims destroy Somnath Mandir 17 times, but he is still there. History didn't change. So that was the 32. That is Sheikh Mujib's house, or Sheikh Hasina's house. It was a museum. So they destroy it. It is not they just destroy the house. They try to destroy the history of Bangladesh. 71. They try to destroy, erase 1971. Remember, Dr. Yunus told one time that he pressed the reset button.
Right.
That is what he says. He says that there is no 71. 47 to 25 or 24. That is their whole thing, is that they want to erase 1971. They don't want Bangladesh. They want it as East Pakistan. The main theme is that they want East Pakistan. That's why we actually told that if you go to East Pakistan, then we want the population exchange with our land. Because 47 there is a population exchange in Bengal. It didn't happen, so let it happen now with our land. So because we used to own 70 to 80% land in 1947 in Bangladesh. So
let me end with a quick last question, and that is that you're here again. Are you otherwise really hopeful that something will change with what you're doing, or do you think things will play their course? And I mean, obviously you're doing it because you think that you will have an impact, but what has been the reaction so far? Have you got any positive responses from anybody so far?
I think if India don't take this opportunity, it will be a mistake. Something should happen
here, but I'm saying that you yourself, you are here now. you're talking to people, you're trying to get your message across. How effective has that been?
I think this is the first
that will
time.
somehow reflect with some action on the ground.
Yeah, I think this is the first time actually. In the past also, I met several especially from 2014, several Indian officials, politicians, intellects. But I think 2024 December was the most effective one. I think some people, some policymakers try to understand what we want to say. Okay, they want our opinion, we give our opinion. Now it is up to them to do whatever they will do.
So that means I can say that you're optimistic.
Yes, I am optimistic.
That's a wonderful note to sort of,
yes,
end this conversation.
I'm optimistic that something will happen pretty soon.
Let's hope that happens. Thank you so very much for enlightening us about what happened and what's been going on with the Hindus in Bangladesh. And I look forward to having you with us again whenever you're back. Please do come and talk to us.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you to your audience. Thank you very much.
That was Mr. Sitangshu Guha, a Bangladeshi living in the US, who's been working for the Hindu cause in Bangladesh, talking to us about developments there and what he expects from India and the rest of the world before Bangladesh becomes another Waziristan. I do hope you enjoyed this particular edition of The Gist, and I look forward to having you with us again. Till then, this is Ramananda Sengupta signing out.